Hi, good evening. Welcome to my channel. Or hi, good morning. Or hi, good... No, it's good afternoon here from London, England. Or hi, good evening. Welcome to my channel. This is your guy, your host himself, DLG Reppin. Hope all is well, yeah? I'm back with another recording. Do bear with me. So, what we got here? I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna talk about Tottenham's Hugo Lloris and Heung-min Son. Apparently, they had a little bit of a fracas, which had to be stopped by three of their teammates, and Bournemouth striker Joshua King could risk the wrath of his manager. Let's say, he's spoken the truth, but I feel that it should have been left in the dressing room or in a private meeting. But I'm going to start off with talking of Arsenal, and that is that's with Matteo Guendouzi. Now, he's a talented individual footballer, and I do like the look of him. I do like him. However, behind the scenery, he seems to be getting into trouble for ill-discipline reasons, and he's been a bit of a problem maker, you know? I mean, in that game against Brighton over 2 weeks ago, he showed his passion, but I think he showed it in the wrong way. Maybe he shouldn't have showed it in the football way where Mopé had injured Bird Leno and put him out for 6 to several weeks. But during that game, Guendouzi's emotion got the better of him, and at full time, he goes over to Mopé and grabs his throat and then shoves him to the floor, I think. But for me, Arteta has handled it well, and he is showing him and every Arsenal player in that squad, you're either with us or you're not. You know, I'm putting my foot down. If you don't want to buy into this philosophy, and that is we defend together. Yeah, we haven't got the ball. We close the ball down together. You know, that's hence the reason why Eddie Nketiah's getting starts. And I can see why he's getting starts. If you feel that Eddie Nketiah shouldn't be starting for Arsenal at this precise moment of time, then yeah, you got your thoughts on it, then leave your comments below. And I'll read it and have a conversation with you. Plus, going back to the Guendouzi situation, I feel that he hasn't scored enough goals in his time at Arsenal. He doesn't create as much, so I don't know if I could put up with a midfielder who don't do both parts of the game as a midfielder. I mean, he can play that deep line midfield role, but he's got to be a little bit more technical. I mean, he goes down the ring. He has a little run down the left wing now and again, but he gets the ball. He's looking for a sideways or a backward pass. But you know what? He does have the tendency to find a forward pass. I do like him in that sense, but we need a little bit more from Guendouzi. And due to the fact that Emery has dealt with him for his disciplinary or behavioural problems, Arteta's had to deal with him twice. And apparently, I've heard reports from the Metro, reading a bit of the Metro, that Mikel Arteta's come to the end of his tether with him, and he's prepared to sell him in this summer transfer window. I mean, Arsenal fans, do you feel it's time to sell Guendouzi? If you want to leave your thoughts about this situation, then drop it in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to have a conversation with you and read your comments. So that's the Guendouzi situation. Right, moving on to Bournemouth striker Joshua King. The title is King's No Good Rap. Josh King has launched, by the way, this is exclusive by Alex Crook of The Sun. Josh King has launched a scathing attack on Bournemouth and said, "We don't deserve to be in the Premier League." And the striker risks the wrath of boss Eddie Howe as he joined Steve Cook in criticising the struggling Cherries' form. Well, the way Bournemouth have been all season, they've conceded so many goals. Some of them have been silly goals, and they've not defended well. They've not defended well in the last 2 or 3 seasons. They've always been quite easy to score against. You know, they've never had a defensive structure as such. And it just tells me that by impressions, they don't do defensive drills. You know, whether it's playing, working on the offside trap, winning headers from set pieces, defending crosses from open play. It seems to me Bournemouth have not done many drills because they've conceded goals from corners, crosses from open play, and the offside trap has not been an example for any young defenders in the game watching a defence. And that defence of Bournemouth is not the example for young people, young children who want to play the game and take an interest. And hence one of the reasons why Eddie Howe's under such immense pressure. You know, there's talks of him possibly getting the sack. And I feel that what Josh King has said is, as a team, he feels that they're not good enough to stay in the Premier League and they don't deserve to be in the Premier League. So he's saying relegation is what they deserve as punishment. Reading on, King, 28, said, "I am not going to lie." I'll find it. Just bear with me. Ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls. The way we play now, we don't deserve to be in the Premier League. We have not performed well enough. Cherries are second from bottom after losing 7 and drawing 1 in the past 8 matches. Well, that tells you all that you need to know about Bournemouth's performances this season, especially from a defensive point of view. But again, if they do get relegated, I still think Nathan Ake and Ryan Fraser, Joshua King and Callum Wilson will be good enough to be Premier League players next season. That's my personal view. If you've got something to say on that, whether you agree or not, then drop it in the comment section below. Reading on. Howe reprimanded his defender, Cook, for branding Bournemouth embarrassing. Wow. Joshua King, you have no idea what's coming to you. You've publicly stated that your team called Bournemouth AFC are not deserving of being in the Premier League. Those were your words. He says, embarrassing. After last Wednesday's 4-1 loss at home to Newcastle, they then crashed 5-2 at Manchester United. The Norway star King added, "We just must not give up, but there are 5 pretty tough games left. It is possible, but time is running out." Well, time is running out. And the last thing you need, and the last thing, Bournemouth fans, the last thing you need is one of your best strikers to come out and say you don't deserve to be in the Premier League. Okay, maybe he's come out and said it. Yeah, he's right, but not say it out in public. That's the last thing you want to hear. Surely, if you feel that he's wrong to say it out in public, then drop your comments below and let's have a conversation. I've got time to have a conversation with any football fan up and down the globe. Whether it's Bournemouth fans, the Arsenal fans, or whoever, I'll have a conversation with you. Whether you're a man, whether you're a gentleman, a lady, a young boy, or a young girl. If you love football, it doesn't matter what you are to me. I will have a conversation with you guys. So, moving on. And moving on to Tottenham. Well, the game against Everton was a scruffy affair. I didn't watch much of it, if I'm being honest. But it wasn't great on the eye. It was quite boring at times. And the big talking point is not the goal, but the fracas that broke out between Heung-min Son and Hugo Lloris. But thankfully, teammates were on hand to defuse the situation. And it's not the first time two Tottenham players have had a Tottenham goalkeeper and an outfield player have had a tussle. You just look back to Casey Keller and Dean. Oh, I've forgotten his name. He's now dead. Yeah. I think his name Dean. I think his name's Dean something. And Casey Keller. If you remember the Casey Keller bust up with Dean, whatever his name, I don't know if his name's Dean, actually, but the defender and Casey Keller, two Tottenham players, were involved in a bust up, a heated row. But name me the defender Casey Keller had a tussle with. Leave it in the comment section below. But I remember it like yesterday. But Heung-min Son and Hugo Lloris. Well, Lloris is raced over to Son because I hear that Son did not track back. And I think Son's got a habit of not tracking back and helping the team defend. Hence the reason why I believe, or it's led to believe, that Lloris ran out and shoved him. And before you know, Son's turned around, disapproved obviously, and he's given some back, and then the players have to come and separate the two of them. And that is not nice, to see two teammates having a tussle, especially in front of luckily it was not in front of the 62,000 Tottenham fans. Or 61,000 Tottenham fans, should I say. Can you imagine how humiliating that would be? And that's in the headlines, that's in the back of the newspapers for the wrong reasons. It's not good reading at all. Just not good reading. I remember, as an Arsenal fan, I remember the Adebayo and Bentner bust up, but the live camera crew did not pick it up when it happened. It happened to be at the back of the newspapers the following morning. And for me, seeing picture footages of them two having a bust up, it was very embarrassing. And yes, it was the night that we were spanked 5-1 by our neighbours who haven't beaten us in 9 years, and then they go and humiliate us with a capital H. The shame that we've had to put up with. And then I think that was the beginning of our shameful moments. Thrashings after thrashings after thrashings from rivals. And beyond banter from rival fans. So, I can't really talk. But one thing I will say is one thing I will say is they apparently have made up and then had a cuddle. But Mourinho stated that the bust up between Lloris and Son was beautiful. It shows that both care passionately about the club. Maybe that's how he's thinking it. But who knows? Anyway, let me cut it short here and end it here. So, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, if you've got anything to say, yeah, leave it in the comment section below. Do drive the thumbs up like button for me abundantly. Smash that thumbs up button, less of the thumbs down. And the one I love the most is subscribers. Please do subscribe to my channel. And speaking of subscribers, I had a subscriber today Well, it was 42, but it's still back down to 41. So another 959 subscribers more, and I can do some live streaming with you guys. Do support the channel. Do send me the love for my channel as well. So keep supporting, and I'll keep videoing on a daily basis as much as I can, or when I can. So people, wonderful people around the world, it's peace, it's love, it's bless again. And I say thank you all for listening, for tuning in, and for watching me. And I'm going to be gone now. And I want to enjoy some football, in fact. Yeah. Thank you all. Respect.